Hello, this is my Unit 12 assignment 2, P4. So the first point is business to consumer. Business to consumer is the traditional way of transactions, as this is when the consumer would purchase a product or service from a business, as the business is the one who would provide the products and services to the market for potential customers and the customers as well that they already have. The next point is business to business, is when a business would purchase products or services from other businesses in the market for products for the use of their own. For the business, as they may need that service or product to be able to function. A general advantage for business who use internet marketing is that it is way cheaper compared to traditional marketing, which is a huge benefit for the business, as they would just create a website to be able to market themselves and to market themselves for their sales and promotions. With as well to promote their products on social platforms, which is for free, such as Instagram. And it is a huge cost-saving method. An example of this would be Puma, as I have the chosen business that I've chosen is Apple, but as Apple is already a really huge brand, I wanted to use more of a brand where they were showing more diversification and a very smaller brand compared to Apple. So I used Puma. Puma has done this as well by having advertisements of their shoes on Instagram, as I've experienced it as well. As when I'm scrolling through Instagram, Puma would have their shoes, which have just been introduced in the market just from 2 months ago, which is a very efficient way, as I feel that more people are on social media, which is a very effective way to be able to attract and catch eyes of potential customers. With internet marketing, it has affected the marketing mix, as with Place, they're not having that many retail shops and dependent on e-commerce. Price would depend on the business, as if there is no intermediary, then the price would drop, but some businesses still keep the middleman. Promotion has changed tremendously, as they market more now online by using social platforms or on their websites with very little commercials or even advertisements. Product would always stay the same of the business, as they would still keep that the same product that meets the customer's needs. People as well have been affected, with now very little workforce needed for the business to run, as they focus more on online businesses. So they will have no need for that many. So they will not have the need to have so many people to be able to work just for a small task, such as working online. Or compared to where the shop, you would have a multiple of employees to carry out different tasks to have the shop to function. The process has changed as well, as now you can even purchase online rather than at a retail shop, with customers in their own comfort by purchasing and having transactions in your own home instead of going to the retail shop to purchase the product. Finally, the physical evidence has changed as well, as they used to have receipts after you purchase, but now they even send emails after you purchase from a company, which is the physical evidence. Product development is when the business would create and innovate a new product, which they would then provide to the same market that the business was already providing to. Businesses would be able to receive information which may help them with their development of their new product, such as they would be able to see the comments of their customers on what they would want, so the business would then be able to use the information for their own good, which would make the product more successful, giving the business the advantage. They would as well be able to see what is the trend to follow up on it, so that they could get more profit. So then they could use the internet, for example, to see what the market is more now, what the market is more like now, what they are interested in, so they could be able to use the internet to see what are the following up trends to create a product which the customers would want. Again, my chosen business is Apple, but as a really big company, I've chosen Amazon. An example would be Amazon, as they were originally an e-commerce business, and recently they created a platform where you could watch shows called Amazon Prime, where you could watch shows, which is the new trend from their competitors Netflix, as now the trend is to watch shows and movies on a website. So Amazon, being an e-commerce business and wanting to create a new product, they had created the Amazon Prime, where more teenagers and as well young adults who then are attracted to that, which then makes it more of a success using internet information. With the help of the internet marketing, it helps businesses to have an immediate sales of the product, as with information they gain sales information they gain sales as they know that the customers in the market would purchase and consume the product with information as it's very reliable depending on the source that you've taken it from. Such as Amazon with their new product development, Amazon Prime, with all the internet marketing information, they were able to make their new product a success with more than 100 million customers subscribed to them. So substituting online product is a very common move done by customers as online there are plenty of different and variety of providers that sell the same product. So customers have the choice of substitute products suiting more their needs, which could be price or any other reason. An example of this would be different airlines which offer different and variety of products and providers which offer the same products and services. As airlines, sometimes, for example, if you choose Emirates or Etihad, Emirates would have a different price compared to Etihad. So this gives more of the on their which they show on their website, and such as Etihad's website will be more cheaper compared to Emirates. So if you can see here that with the internet, it gives more of a freedom for customers to choose which provider they prefer, meeting their needs. The next point is podcasts. Podcasts are digital audio file made available on the internet for downloading. The next point is podcasts. Podcasts are digital audio file made available on the internet for downloading. They are usually available as a series which are viewed by members to the business who are subscribed to them. Apple do not have a podcast, but have been part of a podcast where they were able to promote their new products that they have introduced in the market. And this is an advantage to the business as they are able to promote their products and services for the business. Each point of this section has affected the marketing mix. As for product development, does affect the product as the business are creating new products from their original status. So this has affected the product section of the marketing mix, as now they're going to new levels of creating new products for the same market that they're already catering to. The next point is market development. Market development is when the business would have the same product that they are already known to sell, but instead they are now ready to change their market, going to provide their existing products to a completely new market. Internet marketing really helps the business to be able to market development, as they could use the internet to be able to research if the market would be interested in the business's product that they're already providing in the market. An example of this would be, once again, Puma. They started to sell shoes to a new market such as kids, which is still shoes, but they are now providing the product to a completely new market, but the product is still shoes. And they could have used their internet to research on their customers to see if how many there were couples, how many there were families. So then they would then create a product which would then be meeting the needs of a new market, which are kids. The next point is low entry cost. Low entry cost is when a small business are able to save on their costs for their business on the sections for the business, such as advertising. As advertising is way cheaper with the help of internet marketing, as most of the social media platforms are free, which give a huge benefit and effective marketing strategy with low costs. Small businesses, once again, my chosen business is Apple, but as Apple is a very huge business in the market, I've chosen Shake. Small business such as Shake, which is a restaurant in Dubai, and they're relatively small, so they're trying their level best to cut down on their costs. So they use the internet to their advantage by using social media platforms such as Facebook and Instagram to market and advertise their company for free. As on these social media platforms, their company is flourishing with their promotions and ads. So by doing this, they're saving their costs, but as well are still able to promote and market themselves with a low cost. As most of the businesses are now, online, they would need to have their services online to be able to meet their customers' needs. Such as the businesses such as Apple would have a chat room to be able to help their customers with inquiries that they may have with their products, or they as well would have a section on their website for their customer service by providing their email and even their phone number. So that it'd be easier for the customer to contact them. So it's very important that businesses have customer service on their website so that it will be easier for the business to resolve problems and not cause any bad experience with the business. The next point is 24-hour service. The 24-hour service online is when the business would be offering their services online to their customers any time of the day, so that they would always be available to the customers to help with any inquiry or problem that they're facing. An example of this would be, once again, Apple, as with their customer service chat. It is always available and always is ready to help any customer that's having any inquiry or any problem with their product, which is amazing customer service, as they're always available and ready to help. The next point is bricks and clicks. Bricks and clicks is when a business would have any retail outlet, but as well have an e-commerce business, where they as well would offer their services online and offer plenty of services online as well, such as delivery with as well online transactions. An example of this would be Apple, as Apple as well have a retail store with as well having an online shop. So you're able to go to the Apple store to purchase your products and view the products to your liking, with as well you're allowed to go on their website to view their products and purchase products and have transactions with your own comfort from your home. Diversification is when the business creates a new product, which is a product development, and as well diversification as well is when the business would enter a completely new market, and they have a new market which they're going to cater to. So this segment in the answer matrix is the most risky, with the new product being catered to a new market. An example, I've used McDonald's, even though my chosen business is Apple, but I found it quite hard to find that they've done any product development with a new market. So an example that McDonald's have done in the year 2003 March, they were in a new market, which was the UAE. So they used the internet information to be able to research on what their new market are attracted to, and so then they introduced the new meal, which is called the McArabia, which is a complete success in the UAE with the help of internet information. So if you can see, McDonald's has done product development and as well completely in a new market, which has been successful due to the information they receive online. The advantages has affected the marketing mix, but has affected the section of marketing mix which would be promotion. As now, especially with the help of the internet, it is now way more cheaper with low cost, as they use social media platforms which are free, which is way different from traditionally promotions. So, which is way different from traditional promotions from businesses, as they would usually cost a lot more to promote their product and service, such as billboards or even creating a whole commercial. The next point is supply chain efficiency. The supply chain efficiency means the chain where the business would have different sections in their business, which would have different tasks that are carried out, which would contribute to the business in many ways. And the efficiency of the supply chain as well is very important, as if the efficiency is not meeting the standard or time periods where the chain is not being efficient, it could create problems for the business. And if the efficiency is good, the business would perform outstanding. As the whole chain, if the whole chain is not performing well, then the business would start to collapse, and as well, it would be hard for them to function. So Apple have used the internet to be able to gain high sales on their products, as they use internet research on what their customers would want by going to review sites or even seeing what customers on, for example, the social platform YouTube are thinking about the product. So they're able to gain high sales on their products as they use the internet to research on what their customers would want. So they would then create the product which would meet their needs. With internet as well, they're able to follow trends, so they would be able to have their sales increased. With Apple, they use the internet to be able to monitor their competitors, as their competitors would have their sites public, and as well that the social media platforms would be open. With as well their personal information, such as how much profit they made this year, would be all available online, which gives a huge benefit for Apple and vice versa as well to the competitors, such as Samsung. And Samsung is a huge competitor to Apple, and Apple are able, and so is Samsung, they're able to view each other's personal information and see how their commercials are doing, and as well a lot of news articles online also provide a lot of information for all of these competitors. So it's very easy for them to gain this information online, which is a huge benefit for vice versa of the businesses. The way on how this has affected the marketing mix would be the price, as they are now using the internet to view on what the market is now, and what their competitors have been setting the prices to. So compared to the label price due to the cost, they now cost their products on how the market would have set them. As compared to before, the businesses would set their prices with cost, as if it would depend on how much the product was created. As it now is still a huge factor, but now they as well you see what the market is setting the prices for, such as their competitor. They would view on what price are their competitors labeling the price for. So then they would label a little bit low, or they would label a little bit higher to show a little more prestige and more higher branding. The next point is search engines. Search engines are platforms online where you're able to search on any topic which you have an interest in, with a variety of links where you'll be able to visit on sites where anyone could use the information for your use. And examples of search engines that are used most of the time by people in the market would be Google, Bing, and Firefox. Search engine advertisements are ads which are used by businesses by using cookies, which are used to see on what the user of the device is searching, and then the businesses would use that information for their own use to be able to promote their products and services to attract potential customers, as these ads are on the sides of the search engine, so it is bound to attract them. An example of this would be done by plenty of businesses such as Apple, as when they had their new phone out, which was iPhone X, they then put ads on the sides of the search engines depending on the cookies of the user device. So depending on the user on what he's searching, Apple would then use their cookies to advertise and show their new products, such as the iPhone X, or even new upcoming products that they're starting to sell. An advantage of businesses with search engine ads would be that it gives more publicity, as most of the people nowadays use search engines quite a lot. So an advantage of businesses with search engine ads would be that it gives more publicity, as most of the people nowadays use search engines quite a lot. So they are for sure going to see the advertisement. Another advantage with the search engine ads would be that the businesses would be able to have sales for sure with a potential customer, as they have used the cookies information that they know that they want and are looking for such product, which is a huge benefit for the business, as they would not be wasting their time, as they know that it's going to be a guaranteed sale with that potential customer. An example for Apple would be that they knew that their customers would buy their products, with a huge number of potential customers searching about the product. As once again, Apple is already a very huge business, but compared to the past, where they would then depend on the internet to see on what their customers are searching for by using the cookies, then they would then promote themselves to satisfy their needs, and as well know that, and they as well with the cookies information, they know that their customers are looking for such type of product. These advantages do affect the marketing mix of the business in many ways, especially promotion, as now there being more ads being more online with less costs. To be able to advertise their products and services online instead of having commercials to advertise their products and services. So this means that once again, the marketing mix section that has been affected the most is promotion. As well, this has affected some of the businesses' product, which is part of their marketing mix, as with the information online, they would use the information to be able to create a product meeting the needs of their customers, so that they would have a guaranteed sales. Online advertising is advertising, which is when the business would promote and have advertisements on the internet on sites where they would be able to attract and catch the eyes of potential customers. There are a variety of promotions that are being done online, such as short video adverts, which get played when you watch a video, such as YouTube. When you rewatch a video, before you start the video, they would have a promotional advert depending on the business. Another promotion method online would be pop-up adverts, or when you are on a website, as when you're searching something, they would then pop up an advert where you then have to click it, but then you'll still be able to see it and see that if it's to your liking. Another promotion method online would be as well email adverts, where companies would send emails promoting their products and services. As when you visit the business in retail shops or even their website, you would then sign up with them, and then they would start sending their promotional adverts and sales to you, which is a complete new method for promotion for businesses. From the source that I've searched from, it had stated that it would depend on where you would want to advertise your products and services, ranging from $10 to $2,500, depending on the platform that the business wants to use to advertise their products, such as one of the social platforms which is very popular, which is YouTube, where businesses would have to pay $2,000 a month to have your adverts, or depending on if you want to do one time, to have your adverts on the social platform. Advantages for businesses when using online advertising. One of the advantages would be that it is way easier for the business to be able to reach their advertisements to their desired target audience. And as well, by having their advertisements online, they would be easily internationally viewed, with the cost being way cheaper compared to other methods on advertising, such as billboards. As billboards, when you're advertising, they're only in one location, compared to advertising online, you'll be able to be viewed internationally. An example of Apple, of their online advertising and how they benefited from it, would be that if it is way more successful compared to the traditional way on how they advertise their products and services. Apple have advertised on YouTube with banners, with as well video adverts, which has gotten around 12 million views on each video that they have promoted and added on YouTube. And as well, another advantage for Apple is that these videos and banners are viewed internationally with low cost compared to having billboards instead. As this section of the presentation is talking about advertising of a business, so I feel that among all the 7 P's in the marketing mix, it has affected the promotion, as now businesses, with the internet being more used by businesses, it has changed their method of promoting their products and services by having video adverts online, with as well pop-up adverts, which is a new way on how promoting their products and services from the business. The next section is a link is a source which are provided to you, the user, when you have a search on a particular topic, and the search engine offers a variety of links, different sources, which would provide different information which would meet your needs. Or you could even search on each link for your, depending on which information you're looking for. Reciprocal links are mutual links between websites, which is when you would visit a site and there's a link which would bring you to another site, and on the second website it would have a link to bring you back to the original website, which is called reciprocal links. For Apple, I was not able to find any reciprocal links on their website, but as an example, I would use Emirates, as on their website they have a link to a charity website, which is called Emirates Foundation, where then on the charity website, they offered a link back to Emirates. So this is called the reciprocal link. The advantages of the reciprocal links for businesses would be that both sides of the business would be able to get publicity and as well marketing for any side of the or any section or any segment of the market. For example, if it's a charity, then the people who go into charity would then see that there's Emirates going into the more travel and tourism side. So both of them would be able to get more market and more publicity with this link method. Affiliate links are a program which is provided to the business where their customers join the program and market the business by using their products and promoting them and creating videos for them to show potential customers and attract them, where they then would offer a link provided by the company on the bottom of any promotional advert, and the potential customer, seeing the member's actions or video, visits the company's website. Then the company would know that these customers who are coming in for the products and services are coming from that member who signed up, which is called affiliate program. An example of this would be Apple, as they have an affiliate program where you could promote their products, and when you join their program, being a member, you would as well gain some % of the profit from the customers you would bring for Apple. An advantage of affiliate links for the business would be that they would be able to promote their business to showcase their products. And another advantage with this method would be that the increase of their customers with more potential customers viewing the adverts. So then that means they would increase their customer range and as well increase their sales for the business by using this affiliate link method. The way on how this has affected the marketing mix would be the promotion once again, as now this is becoming a new method which is being used by businesses to be able to promote their products and services, compared to the past where they would do more traditionally. Now it's more on having a program for their customers to become a member, to be able to promote their products and services, to gain more customers, and as well to gain more publicity in the market. Thank you very much.